I'm excited about this one.
Tell this a nice sharp knife we've sliced through some of the air. Camera. 16 to 50 millimeter lens. This is very, very light. Little legs flip out. One of those.
I'm Emmett, and professionally I'm a software developer, but in my free time I love making YouTube videos about landscape photography, photo editing, photography gear, and more. Thank you so much for watching, and now let's get back to the video with more details.
Alright, so I've got two things. I've got the Nikon Z30. I got it with the 16 to 50 millimeter kit lens, and I've got the creator accessory bundle to go with this. Hopefully there'll be some nice useful things in there to help me out. I keep squirming here because videos like this you can only film really once, right? Like, it's really hard to give your first impressions if you've already opened the box. They become your second impressions. So I keep squirming around because I can't see if my Z6 II, which is here, or my phone, which you kind of can't see, it's just off frame here, that's filming this table. I can't see if either one of them are recording, and so I'm nervous about whether they're recording or not, which is one of the reasons why I've bought the Z30, because the Z30, you can see in the little picture here, it's got both a flip-out screen and a little recording light on the front, so you'll be able to see yourself and see the recording light to know if it's actually recording, which is super important when you're recording a video. I hate when I record something and then I realized I didn't actually record it. I just sat there talking to myself for 20 minutes and I have to do it all over again. It's never the same and it's a major pain. So really excited. Hopefully that will be very helpful. Alright, I'm gonna dive in with the camera first. First of all, right on the top, you've got your user manual and warranty information. Also have a little USB to USB-C cable here. You can, I think, charge this via USB-C as well as use USB-C to transfer pictures off it or something like that. This is, I don't know, 2 feet long, so you're probably not going to use that very much if you're like me and have a million USB-C cables laying around. So here is the lens. That's pretty small, which is kind of nice, actually. Oh good, I dropped it on my lap. See how fast I can break this. Oh my. Alright. Anyways, what was I even saying? So pretty small. That's kind of nice though. This is the 16 to 50 millimeter lens. It is the kit lens that comes with this camera. Not the widest aperture ever, 3.5 to 6.3, but hopefully this will be a pretty handy lens. Nevertheless, it's very small and light. Has a nice little click open. If I pull the lens cap off here, I can see that the filter size is 46 millimeters. What that means to me is that none of my filters actually fit on this lens. I think I have 55 millimeter ones or something like that at the moment. I am definitely going to need an ND filter for this for recording video, so I'm going to have to buy one of those to go on here. And then the back cap, this is pretty common with kit lenses from Nikon at least, but the back cap is just this cheap little plastic one that presses on there rather than being an actual twist-on cap. I really wish that they would not skimp on the kit lens caps and will give you a real cap. That's alright. Now, diving into the camera itself. Now, I can feel, first of all, the first thing that I notice actually with this, compared to my other camera, especially the Z6 II, this is very, very light. It feels really good in the hand. The ergonomics are really good. Nikon, I think, are known for their ergonomics, and this little Z30 is no exception to that. The grip feels pretty nice in my hand. It's noticeably smaller or shorter, I think, than my other camera, but still feels good in the hand. I could hold this, not feel like I'm gonna drop it or anything like that. It really fits in there pretty well. And yeah, it's very, very light, even getting both the camera and the lens together in my hand. Really not that heavy. And that's really good because this is aimed at people who are going to do like vlogging type stuff. You're going to be holding the camera out, you know, filming yourself with it. And as you hold the camera for a long time, even just holding my phone for a long time, videoing myself, it starts to get really heavy after a while. And so, you know, it's good that it's super light. As well as I can see this being a nice kind of point and shoot camera for, you know, if you're out doing a little hike with some friends or something like that. You don't always want to take the big, heavy, expensive camera out there. You know, the Z6 II that I have with its 24 to 200 millimeter lens, I mean, that probably weighs like, it seems like maybe 3 pounds or something like that. I don't know exactly. Maybe I'll put the number on the screen. And it's really expensive. So when I'm out just doing a casual little hike, that's too much to carry around. I don't want to risk dropping it for, you know, a casual hike. And I don't want to have to haul it. So I'm thinking maybe this will be kind of a nice little casual camera that'll get better pictures than my phone without mainly the extra weight of carrying the Z6 II. The other two things we have in the box here, we've got the strap here, the Nikon Z strap. That's you know, pretty nice if you want to show off what kind of camera you have. Personally, I don't really use straps that much on my camera. I don't know why, but I don't really like them. So I usually don't put the strap on. And the battery. The first thing that I notice about this is an EL25 battery. This battery is not the same battery that is in my Nikon D30-100. It's also not the same battery that is in my Nikon Z6 II. It's not compatible with those batteries. It's its own shape. The connectors are in a different spot and all of that, which means that, you know, if I want multiple batteries for the Z30 or the Z6 II or whatever, I have to buy additionals of the battery for each specific camera. I can't just buy a whole bunch of one battery and throw them in whatever camera I want. So honestly, that is a little bit annoying. Nikon, if you're watching this, please just help us out and make one battery for all the cameras so they can all use the same charger and you know, the same battery for everything. That would be way simpler, way easier. I don't know why they haven't done that. Anyways, one thing I did just notice is this does not come with a charger for the battery. Now, that's actually okay because you can charge it via the USB-C cable, and that's actually how I charge the Z6 II now. I actually just put a charger next to the tripod that I keep it on, and now it's always charged up and ready to go. Alright, so this Creator's Accessory Kit is not sort of strictly a Nikon kit so much as it is a bundle that is sold by Nikon, and you'll see what I mean as I get into it. This is made by SmallRig. This is a little grip to go on the bottom of the camera, and then This is a Bluetooth remote control for the camera. This is made by Nikon. So I'm pretty excited to use the remote control to set up the camera and then be able to walk away from it and start recording with the remote. I'll be able to see on the tally light that is actually recording, and that way I won't have to do what I do now, which is set the camera up over the scene that I want to record, hit the record button, and then walk into the frame. There's always just some extra footage of me walking in and out of the frame to start and stop it. So maybe I can get rid of that little extra clip that I don't need now. So what's cool about this grip is it actually has a spot for the remote to go onto it. So the remote just sits in there right like that, so you can kind of dock the remote to the grip and pull it out. These little legs flip out, so you can set that down to use it kind of like a tripod. I probably wouldn't like really set this up as a tripod, although you could do that. But that's nice to be able just to sit it down, because a lot of times it's nice to have some kind of a hand grip on the bottom of the camera. But then, you know, you've got your tripod or your camera basically on like a monopod, and so you can't stand it. And so you could flip these little legs out then to be able just to sit your camera down without taking it off of there. So that's a pretty handy little feature. I think this is supposed to rotate, but I can't figure out how. Oh, there's a button on the side. Oh, okay. So that kind of tilts, and then, oh, this twists if you push the little SmallRig button, I guess. So it is pretty adjustable as a little tripod. So this bundle comes with a mic in it to go on the camera. There's a stereo mic built into the camera, and from what I've heard, it's actually a pretty good little microphone in there, but this bundle comes with another one. Now, the Creator Accessory Bundle does not come with the wind muffs to go on the actual Z30 camera body. Those are sold separately from the camera and separately from the accessory bundle. I don't really know why that's not included either with the camera or with the accessories, either one. Anyways, Rode VideoMicro. This is a really popular microphone, I know. I actually have not used this before though, so I'm kind of excited to try it out. So when I was buying a mic, I actually bought the Movo equivalent of this basically, because I think it was a little bit cheaper. But now I have the Rode one, so we'll have to do a little bit of a comparison at some point and see how that works. I'm not quite sure how I'm supposed to open this one. Do I just tear the top? I'm gonna cut it. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so Rode unboxing experience is not that good. Can't figure out how to open it. This is on a little shock mount here. So that's pretty similar to the one that's on my Movo mic. Everybody kind of uses the same design. That's the standard. And then the mic itself looks pretty nice, pretty quality. And it feels like there's a foam inside this dead cat. That's a nice amount of wind blockage, I think, so that should perform pretty well out in the wind. It is worth noting as well that this cable that comes with the VideoMicro is going to be for plugging it into the camera. This is not for plugging it into a smartphone. I'm pretty sure you can use this with a smartphone, but you would need a different type of cable for that. So just make sure that you're aware of that. If you were to buy this separately for your phone, the Movo mic came with the cable for the phone, which was another advantage of it when I was buying it, because until now I've done a lot of recording on my iPhone, and I'm hoping to get away from that now that I have the Z30. So I bought this primarily as a way of replacing filming on my iPhone. The iPhone, as I mentioned, is just not that reliable as a camera. It has a really good camera as far as smartphones go. The stabilization is really nice. So there's a lot of things I like about it. This isn't just to trash talk the iPhone. But the quality is not nearly as good, and it just lacks some features that a camera would have. So this hopefully will replace that, or it'll provide a way to set up a second or third angle. So when I'm recording something where I'm using the Z6 II, which is both my main photography camera and my main video camera, obviously the camera cannot record itself, and so I end up recording it on my phone. So my videos where I'm out doing landscape photography, videos where I'm actually showing off how to do something on the Z6 II, I really like making both of those videos, but both of those end up with kind of compromised quality because I have to film with the phone in order to show off the camera. And so now the Z30 here is going to be able to replace my phone for those shots. So that is very exciting that I will be able to do that in the future. So that's the main reason why I bought this camera. A full review of this camera will come later on once I've had the opportunity to use it for a while, and I would love to know what kinds of things you guys think would be interesting to hear about this camera. So if there's anything that you would like me to try to include in that review, please leave me a comment under this video and let me know, and I'll try to get your questions answered. If I get a lot of questions, maybe I'll do a whole video of it. Otherwise, I'll just try to make sure it gets included in that review. But let me know what things you would like to know about this. Alright, it looks like at some point while I've been rambling on, my Z6 II, my main camera, has kicked off because it's probably run out of memory card space because I've just been letting it roll and rambling. I need to get some bigger cards, but it's alright. But it's kicked off at some point, and I didn't know that because it has no tally light on it. But I'm gonna film a little bit of an outro here on the Z30 that'll give us a good chance to experiment with a real clip on this. So right now we're at the widest, the 16 millimeters, filming myself hopefully with audio from the Rode mic and everything kind of on the auto modes. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button on your way out and to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss more videos I'm really excited to share with you in the future. Hopefully those will have better quality using this new Z30, as well as there will be a review of the Z30, so don't forget to subscribe so that you see that when it comes out. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. How do I turn this off?